against Stanford, and of course the adjustments and everything. I still feel like we got great shots. We did a lot of good things, but we had 2 quarters where we scored single digits. And so when you do that, you're going to have to continue to keep relying on your defense. I think we did some good things. I think we got to the free throw line, but you know, when it comes down to it, it's going to be about, we talk about this all the time, you're going to have to protect your home court, and I think that was something that they did. They found a way. They were really hungry for the win. And to their credit, they found a way to get that toward the end. So for us, man, just coming back and going to work like every single day. Talk to the young ladies, talk to our girls, and, you know, again, it's a process. We talk about 1% better every single day. And one thing I can say, and I say this all the time, I'm keep repeating it, I'm so proud of this group. I mean, we're down to 9 players. 9 players. And as much as you play and how you continue, we try to make sure that we're practicing them the most that we can, but also trying to save their legs, trying to figure out the things that we can do. And so, yeah, we lost that one, but every single day, working with this group, I feel like we're gaining something every single day, and that's what we're going to keep building off of. So with that, I'll open up for questions.
I know you said it was hard to navigate the bye week and look at one game this week, but is there any way that you guys felt like you guys got better, or felt like you got healthier, or more well rested, anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just that time of the year as a head coach and a staff, you have to look to see and go with your group on what that is. And we were scheduled to practice Monday. We took Monday off, so because I felt like mentally they needed that. They got school, everything else. Do we get better? We get better every single time I feel like we hit the court, because we learn from it. You learn from your mistakes. You learn from the things you got to grow with. And again, this is a team that's trying to grow every single day. Ultimately, we're trying to be able to play our best basketball when we get toward the end of this month. And so, you know, I think we, again, show some great signs earlier in those games and learn from a lot of things in this game. So we have to clean those things up, and we've got to get ready to go. And what we talk to them about is this is what you work for, right? We're building to try to get in a good seed in the tournament so we can be able to do like everybody else. That becomes another season. So right now we're going to finish strong. We come in every single day. We always take the positives out of what our games are, and then we come back and we show them the things that we need to work on.
And then I know Ashley played 20 minutes of the game. She fell out. But talk about the improvement of the guard play. It just seems like that's been really the foundation for you guys all season.
Yeah, I think, you know, at the end of the day, it is. You know, I'll go back and say it again. It's not just the guard players. It's every individual that's left on this roster. Because the adversity and everything that this team has went through, it just shows us every single day, like, who they are. Again, when you're down to 9 players, you know, they see that. They see those things. And, you know, for us, we try to make sure that we're doing everything we can to keep them motivated to understand that we still are in the hunt to continue to keep trying to find ways to win. So the guards have been great. You know, Ariana's been amazing. I think showing up every single day. And, you know, Talia's growing. You know, she's a freshman in the point guard role, and every single day I'm putting more and more on her because that's that role that's really important for us on the floor. So as she grows, we grow. So I'm just proud of all of them. I'm proud of this group and proud of the staff, and we're just going to continue to keep navigating.
I know I haven't asked you yet, but talk about the Hurts huddles as well throughout the season that you've had. I'm not sure when the next one is, but just what have you learned from those? What have you seen from those, and what kind of benefit does that
Yeah. The Hurts huddle is just basically for our fans, man, the ones that want to come out and be able to get a little more personal with our young ladies, that we've had our players come and talk and speak to them, and it's just really about you know, showing them that how much we care and how much you know, the asking me questions or whatever that is, and trying to just really have that insight on women's basketball. So it's been great. We have one more left. I can't remember the exact date. I'm good to go to the next game and know what that game is. So you know, that's why I have a great staff. So we got another one coming up. And then, you know, we're just going to continue to keep working to get better and building this thing. So that's what Hurts Huddle is all about.
Anything else, Coach? All right, thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you all.
All right, men's basketball coming off a couple of games on the road and at home this past week. Interestingly, the way the schedule works out, the remainder of the season, which is this month, basically the regular season, guys are on the road every Wednesday. They're playing at home on Saturdays, as they will this week. At Furman Wednesday night, and then home against VMI, that second game of the doubleheader on Saturday. Coach Ritter?
All right, good to see everybody. Obviously, no secret, tough week for us last week. But before I get into that, Coach, I know you probably don't know this, but man, I'm fired up for some baseball season. Big baseball fan. Excited for you guys to tip it off Friday. I know obviously the next month's a little busy for us, but excited to get out there and support you guys. I know when I first got to campus last year, it was the first event we went to and had a blast and got a chance to watch you guys. So excited. Good luck to you guys. But yeah, I mean, tough stretch for us. We're not backing down from it. We play at Sanford, who is as good a mid-major team in the country as there is, and then we played a really good Wofford team who's starting to figure it out at home Saturday, and unfortunately, just probably didn't play our best basketball. Didn't feel great about a couple things we did Saturday, but if you kind of rewind the week, played at Sanford Wednesday. They made 23s, I think 20 or 22 threes. They had some really good looks, but at the end of the day, you still got to put the ball in the bucket. So give them a lot of credit, and they turned us over at a rate that we hadn't been doing up until this point. And then trying to respond Wednesday to a really veteran, good championship-built program in Wofford. Thought we jumped on them early. Thought we had some good times. Cut it to too late, and ultimately, just didn't make enough plays down the stretch. So, you can talk about that all day. I think the thing I'd really like to talk about is this morning practice. You got a chance. We've lost some tough ones, lose 2 in a row, 3 in a row, and I thought the way our guys responded tells you everything that you need to know about the rest of our season. Got 6 regular season games left. I think the goal is to go 1-0 every day. Obviously, we're probably in a tough situation to win a regular season championship. So what do? We got to refocus. How are we impacting? How are we getting better day by day? And I thought today our guys showed great energy. We were connected, and they probably think they're the best team in the league, and they got a chance to go win a championship, whether that be regular season or conference championship. So I know our guys are going to be juiced. We're going to get back to who we are on Wednesday, and despite the results, talked about 100 times, this thing's process driven, and obviously we want results, but we're going to keep getting better. So with that, I'll kind of let anybody have any questions.
I know you said maybe there weren't some things that went right, but is there any way that you felt like it was a win last week? Anywhere that you felt you guys took a step forward?
Yeah, I thought obviously if you watched the game, I thought for the first time on Saturday we threw 2 bigs out there. We threw Alex and Marcus, and thought they did a nice job giving us a punch. Scored the basketball pretty good with those 2 guys out there. So I think for us though, the more adversity we can get, the more times we have to build through that. That's what team sports is all about, right? Responding to adversity and putting the team above yourself. And I think we've had some real life adversity these last 3 games. Some things didn't go our way, and so I think from the actual game standpoint, making some adjustments with some personnel stuff. But
levels in the last week or so, are you considering playing 2 bigs more often? Are you considering making a change in the starting 5? And what's that looking like for your personnel?
yeah, I mean, I think everything. You're trying to maximize your group. So I changes in starting lineup. I don't really care about starters. You can ask our staff. I don't care who starts. It's about finding 5 guys that we trust to finish the game. And I think every game's different. The game's dictated certain styles of play. But yeah, I think Marcus has earned the right to play more minutes. He's really coming on. We've talked about it. We knew it was coming. Just didn't know when it would be. Would it be January? Would it be February? And he's tough to stop when he's in there.
And then talk about your leadership group too. I mean, we talked about Cam Ryan, we talked about Chip Johnson. Just how big are those guys in the locker room when it's going tough, and are they kind of like a second voice for you in the locker room?
Yeah, I think your best teams are going to be player led. And the truth is, Chip Johnson's won a lot of basketball games. I had a conversation with him this morning. I think he's really got to, with the support of everyone, he's got to really have a stamp on these last 6 games. He understands what winning looks like. He lives it. He breathes it, along with a lot of other guys in that locker room. But I think he's a guy when things go tough. He's a guy you can look at in the eye. And he's going to be the same guy whether we've won 6 in a row, lost 6 in a row. He's a guy you want in that locker room in times like this. And again, I want to make sure I'm clear. Like, dude, we got tons of confidence. I mean, let's not pretend. A month ago we're thinking we're the best team in the league. We lose on the buzzer to I think teams that are in first, second, third, fourth place right now. So we've beaten a lot of really good teams. Had a couple tough results this last week, but make no mistake, there's a ton of way.
play a team in the conference the second time around, do you really dive into the film from the first meeting that you played against that particular team, or is that like not too important? Like, how much do you go back and watch film from that first time you guys played?
Yeah, I think it depends, right? Like we've got great assistant coaches; they do a tremendous job with the scouts. But for instance, when we played Chattanooga, it had been almost a month and a half since we played them. Now you're playing a team, Sanford, Furman, pretty close proximity. So I think what you're doing is you're taking how we matched up against them last time, but also seeing if there's any trends. Are they playing a little different? Are they still playing the same exact way they did a month or 6 weeks ago? So yeah, good question.
Coach, you would, many close games have been in, but just like this week, you got Furman on the road, you got VMI coming in. VMI may be among the most improved teams in the league, so there's not off any opponent that you play.
No, we've said it a couple times. This league is number one in the country in close games played. So you're a couple possessions away from being second place. You're a couple possessions away from being in seventh or eighth place. And I think if you allow that to dictate your mindset, then you're going to always be disappointed. And the truth is, are we going 1-0? Are we maximizing every day? I don't think we did that on Saturday. Okay, I think we did that today on Monday, and that's kind of how you got to judge your group. But the parity in this league is tremendous. It's a great basketball league. There's a reason that they've had success in the tournament. There's a reason that a lot of teams outside of our league don't want to play the teams in our league. Great respect for it, great coaches. It's a fun style of basketball, very offensive driven. So again, I can't say enough good things about the league.
Coach, you talked about how you guys bounced back today at practice, but what was the message to the team after the Saturday kind of like back-to-back losses?
Yeah, just I think your best teams are teams that are connected. And when you have a new group of guys, like this is all, staff's new, coaches are new, strengths are new, GAs are new, everyone's new. And so to really be connected, you have to have times of adversity. If not, it's fluff, it's fake. And so we're going through real adversity. You've got outside factors, you've got different things. And I think the message was that Saturday night is how do we stay connected through a rut? And came back Monday. If you came to practice today, I think you think we're on a 3-game winning streak instead of a 3-game losing streak. So I was proud of our guys for that. We got to find a way to put it in and play against a really good team on Wednesday.
Okay, anything else for Coach Ritter?
Thank you.
Good. Thanks, Coach. All right, baseball is upon us. I'm going to bring up Craig Gibson, but just a couple of numbers I want to share with you first. Coach began as a head coach in 2004. 21 seasons as a head coach. He's won 664 games, a 60% winning percentage. When he was a player at Mercer, he was the most valuable player in the conference back in 1986. Coach, been there too, hasn't it? He's had a Golden Spikes Award winner, which is equivalent to the Heisman Trophy in football, Kyle Lewis, 4 NCAA regional appearances, 3 conference tournament championships, 4 regular season conference championships, 31 student athletes selected in the Major League Baseball draft. One other interesting note, Mercer started baseball in 1948. We've only had 3 head coaches. Claude Smith from 48 to 77, 29 years. Barry Myers, the Big Cat, 1978 to 2003, 25 years. And now Coach, 21 years. So I don't know of too many programs in the country that can say for that tenure have only had 3 head coaches. With that, Coach, you come up.
Those were all great coaches. A lot better than I've done the last few years. So, you want to give them a little overview of the season?
Yes, sir. Please
All right,
do.
good.
And also, you got the player with you. You got some preseason guys. Give us the whole.
For sure.
Opening up on Friday.
We're excited to be here. Hopefully, we get some good weather on Friday like we have today. So it's been a good. And earlier, our roster's a little fluid. There's guys with us today, and I did an interview with the. Helps to have that core of returning guys, and I think we returned probably the best position player in the league. Our first baseman's a 17 home run guy, outstanding player, probably a draft guy. I think we have the best shortstop in the league, Bradley Fry. We returned one of the best, Cosper, our center fielder, played a lot last year. Led the California League in this summer in hitting, so I really feel good about our core of our returning guys. We have a couple of bullpen pieces back. Jess Ackerman's going to be a stable in the bullpen. Lawson Cole threw really well for us last year with Mike Attakas. So I really feel good about our returning pieces. Obviously, we have some new talented guys, probably one of the most talented groups I've had the chance to coach here. But we'll see what they do in the fire on Friday night. So we're excited, though. This is a good club. The chemistry's good. Just the team aspect's a little different than I've had the last couple of years. I've done a lot of these the last couple of weeks, and man, I haven't done a good job with this roster the last 2 years. It's my fault. We bottomed out the last few years, and I just haven't manipulated the portal the way I should have, but I think we're in a better spot right now. So we're excited to play Friday. This is a good schedule. We have a lot of home games. We have some challenging teams on that schedule, but I think we'll be tested and hopefully ready to make a run in Greenville in May.
You've been here for over 2 decades now, and you mentioned the transfer portal as well being one of those difficult things to navigate. What are some of the other things you've seen change in this program, or even just college baseball in the last year?
Well, I call it new baseball. It's not only the analytic part that's driven. Our leadership has changed here. I mean, Kirby Godsey hired me, who's a great president. I think he did some great things, and of course, Bill Underwood has taken this place athletically to a different level, and with the new athletic director, Jim Cole's done a great job with it. It's just the facilities have just, it's unbelievable what we have facility-wise here. The commitment from the top down has just been phenomenal. Brian Garrity's done a great job with the donors here. I mean, we're building a $4 million building out there now. Just, it's probably at the highest it's ever been. The stakes are high. I think the pressure's high to win now. We haven't won a championship since 19. I think we've had a little bad luck. But I think 20 we were really good. We were 13-3, and then COVID hit, and we lose a championship by 1 game. The draft guy, he's still in pro ball, didn't pitch 1 conference game. So we've sort of been a little snake bitten too in that regard. But I think when all that's said and done with what we have, I think we're excited to start. But the changing is. It's not even close to what it was. Rick remembers it's been heck, we had chain link dugouts, and we didn't have an SID team. We had, the AD was one of the, he was the SID, so it's come light years.
And then what have you seen from your new group in the off season so far, workouts and just practices and things like that ahead of the season?
Well, they like to work. This is a working group. It's a great group. They work. It's player-driven. Coach mentioned, I think anytime you win a championship, it's player-driven. I can't say that the last few years, to be honest with you. I think it was coach-driven. This year, I think guys have taken accountable. We've got a leadership committee that I think has done a good job. Ty's on that group as well. And we've done some things different from a coaching standpoint. I've sort of tried to do a little more team bonding, just some get-togethers, and sort of force because we do have such a turnover in roster. We have so many new guys, just to try to bring and speed their comfortability up quicker than I can. But man, it's just the togetherness is different. I think the guys really pull for each other, and there's a lot of competition out there, but I think they generally want their teammate to succeed as well.
And then baseball being one of the longer college seasons, I think last year you guys played almost 60 games. How do you keep your team locked into that whole stretch?
Well, that's a challenge. I try to break it up, and I always tell the guys, the thing I told the guys this year, man, let's just worry about today. We'll worry about where our feet are today. I'm not worried about tomorrow. I don't care about Friday right now. Let's just worry about today. We got enough challenges today. We had people passing away. It's a lot of times life gets put on the back burner because everybody's consumed with winning and losing. There's a lot of things bigger than wins and losses sometimes, and I just worry about today. We worry about today. Go to class, be the best guy you can be the best in the community you can be, and that's what we're trying to be. We'll worry about tomorrow, and I think these guys have taken that approach. There's a lot of failure in baseball. I mean, Ty's gone through some stretches. Man, he's gone through some tough stretches, but he's able to stay with it and pull himself out of it, be one of the best players in the country. But I think you have to have the ability to reset and go from day to day and game to game, because there's a lot of, it's so long. And I tell our guys all the time, it's sort of like riding a wave. You're at the top of that wave. At some point, that wave's going to stop. Man, you want to ride it as long as you can. And we've got some guys that are riding the wave good right now, so we hope they ride it on Friday night.
Coach, as a lead into Ty, you mentioned some of them, I think, but the fact you had 4 preseason all-conference players, Colton Cosper, Jess Ackerman, Radley Fry, and Ty. Kind of share with us again what you expect.
Yeah, Lester should have been on that list. He's a staple in this league. They're all draft guys. They're all pro guys. We were able to keep them together. Credit to us. Ty stayed with us when he could have left, went to any Power 4 school in the country. He stayed with us to support us, and and I think he realizes this is a good place for him. And, you know, I think a lot of times when the kids jump and they move ship, we had a parents' breakfast Saturday, and one of the parents spoke up and said, Coach, I think the one thing they forget is the academic component, the ability, what this degree is going to do for you in the next 40 years of your life. And there's kids jumping and been to 4 schools in 4 years, and, you know, what's a degree really mean? So, you know, I think that's been important, but obviously keeping these kind of guys with us and keeping Colton Cosper here, and I think Bradley Fry, like I said, I think he's the best shortstop in Georgia. He's really athletic, he's explosive, he can play anywhere in the dirt, he's special. But we did add, Rick, some key pieces. Titan Kamaka is a great baseball player from Florida State. We put him in here. We signed a West Coast kid, Drew Johnson, who's a really good player. Terry Bussey, 2 years ago, was the best closer in ACC. I mean, he's going to be a big piece for us. And, I mean, then you talk about our freshmen, and, of course, one of our probably the best players that's been in the program for a long time, Garrett Lambert, is coming off Tommy John. To me, since I've been here, he's probably one of the best players I've ever had here, getting here. Now, does he end up that way? I don't know, but, I mean, it's electricity. Now, we won't have him till probably April, but he's a very, very extremely talented guy. But, you know, we'll start a true freshman on the mound, Braden Kersey, who's very talented, and we've got 4, 5, 6 young guys that'll throw the ball 92 to 96, 97 miles an hour, so the velocity's good. And so about 4 years ago, I overhauled the whole staff and went from a more of a pitch to contact, arm type of staff, because I just don't think you can win in the postseason with guys throwing 86 and pitching to contact. So I changed it up, get a new coach, new staff. We went to build some velocity. I think we finally have a little velocity right now, and we have some power bats who can get the ball out of the park. But I think the bats are more ball movers this year, so hopefully we're cutting down on our strikeouts, and we can still get some balls out of the park.
Anything else, Coach Gibson?
Coach, you talked about how you guys got excited. You're excited about the new talent and everything. What's the message to the guys as you guys have your first opening weekend?
Well, I just want us to do what we've done for the last 3 weeks. You know, we don't have to do any more, any less. I think the guys have played at a high level. We've had some pretty good competitive scrimmages. I think we've probably played 10 or 11 inter-squad games, and we've had some success there. And you know, but it's a long journey. The freshmen really don't have an idea because they're all very talented, and you know, Ty was an exception. He played a lot his freshman year, so you know how much these young guys really play early. I don't know if they're going to contribute as much early, but hopefully by May they're really ready. They're not freshmen anymore, so. But hopefully we can just keep a good attitude and good energy, and I think we have enough returners and new guys that's going to do that for us.
Was there any surprises that you saw coming out of the scrimmages?
Yeah, man, we've got, you know, we signed some kids, you know, that E. Walton, we signed him. I went to watch him 14 innings. He was throwing the ball 87 to 90. He walks out here, he's 95, 96. I mean, the Decker kid's 95, 97. Bussey's back to what Bussey was in the ACC. He goes in the draft league last summer. He turned down 6 figures to come to school, so that's a good piece for us. He's proven he's done it at a high level. Craig Kalkbrenner's a talented freshman. I mean, he's in the low 90s who can really pitch. Braden Lawrence is another lefty that's going to throw well for us. Ford Thompson is coming off labrum surgery, but he's a guy that was on Team USA, decommitted from Georgia. We signed him. So there's some really talented young guys. Kai Decker's another local guy that'll run the ball up there 96, 97. So we've got some power in that bullpen.
Anything else, Coach Gibson? All right, Ty, come on up. Ty Daly, preseason SoCon Player of the Year. Ty, if you would come up and share with us your decision to stay with our program, what it means to you, and your anticipation of the season.
Yeah, so I'm Ty Daly. I'll say my decision to stay with the program, I knew we had a bunch of core players coming back, so I knew if we stuck together, we could be really something special. This year, big-time regional contender, I think. I think we can put up some numbers and pitch really well in our league, hit really well in our league, and kind of perform to win the SoCon. So, yeah.
Ty, being one of the returners and seeing a lot of new faces coming in, how are you as a leader keeping everybody together and things of that nature?
I would say our chemistry this year is really, really good. I think kind of off the field, that's where it kind of starts. Like we've had some get-togethers, like Coach said. They've been really good. We've bonded together as a team, and I think this year's squad, each person's pulling for the other person equally amount. I think kind of we know going in kind of how our lineup's going to be, and so kind of guys have accepted roles and really pulling for one another, and I think that's going to take us a long way.
And then being from Vidalia, I'd say that's the middle Georgia area. What's it like being close to home, having family come up to games and things like that?
Oh, yeah, it's been great. That's kind of another reason I wanted to stay here, because my family can come to every game on the weekends. I've had family members come and watch me play that weren't able to in high school, just because, I mean, this is kind of the college aspect of it, so they get to come watch games. It's close to home, so yeah, it's been great.
And then, what are some other things you're looking to accomplish this season on the field, off the field, the goals you got?
I think the biggest goal, is winning the SoCon. I think we've underachieved the past 2 years here, especially my freshman year. I think we underachieved. We finished second. We had a chance to kind of win the league regular season out there, and that was kind of my fault. I punched out with runners bases loaded, but I think this team's going to be really something special. I think we're going to make a run, not only in the SoCon tournament, but in the regional when we make it as well. So.
And then talk about the SoCon as a league as well. It seems like it's usually a pretty competitive league. What are you noticing over the last season?
I think it's really undervalued. You see it every year, that kind of bounce and go to the Power 4 level, and they go and perform at the highest of the high levels. So I think the SoCon can really hit, and I think that's been undervalued too. So I think when we get in these SoCon series, I think it's kind of going to be who can pitch at the highest level is going to kind of take that over.
Ty, I mean, big season last year. What's the next step for you? What have you been working on in your game to improve and elevate this next season?
I've kind of been trying to improve becoming the best outfielder I can be. I think that's going to really help our team. I kind of cost us some there, and on the hitting aspect of it, I hope I can walk more than I can strike out. So I hit the ball out of the park, but I punch out a good bit as well. So I've kind of tried to hold in on that and be the best leader I can on our team. I've had kind of 3 years of experience playing with 2, going on my 3rd year. So I think that's going to new faces. A lot of people that haven't done that are going to be playing. So I think just being able to tell them to just kind of live where your feet are, play each game, don't take a game for granted, and that'll take us a long way.
Anything else for Ty? All right, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Before we dismiss, I would like all of us to be in prayer for our university today. President Bill Underwood announced just a moment ago that our provost, Scott Davis, passed away last night of a possible sudden heart attack. Scott's been here a long, long time, has done a lot for this university, and we're going to miss him. Please pray for his family next day or so. All right, with that, we'll dismiss. Thank each one of you for coming. Again, media, if you'll lead us through the middle line first. Thanks, coaches and players.